Picture This is a nice idea, but it's not my personal preference for storytelling. This is the second segment of the 21st episode of the first season of Baby Looney Tunes, and it starts off with Granny reading a story to Lola, a princess story, and then all of a sudden it's the end. Much quicker than they expected, and it turns out that there are some pages missing from the library book. Lola's a little bit upset about this because she doesn't find out if the princess gets to run away with her prince, who is called Calvin, and she decides they can make their own endings up, and the babies all decide to crayon their own pictures of what they think the ending would be, and that's kind of where I lost interest, because on screen we see the animation or this kind of crayon drawing, and we see the crayon drawings come to life, which is very creative and it's a fun concept, but pretty much every children's cartoon show does this at some point, and pretty much every time I don't care for it. So it's definitely something that's not a personal preference, but if you like it, then that's okay. I will say, however, Lola really annoyed me because her voice, as her character said, she had a deviated septum, and she was very nasally, and it was really not nice to listen to. And I didn't really care for the animation style of those scenes. So for me, it wasn't very interesting. But if it encourages young viewers watching it to be creative and draw their own stories and write their own stories, then that's fantastic. And at the end of the day, if the episode does that, I'm okay with not liking it. So for me, Picture This isn't very good. Also, there's a message in there about not ripping pages out of library books because it'll annoy the next person who takes out the book. I imagine children's library books get trashed all the time because, children, especially very young children, don't quite realise it's not their book to destroy. But nevertheless, it encouraged creativity. It allowed the babies to create their own stories. I really appreciate that. And I do appreciate that it's a very creative episode. There's nothing wrong with the crayon drawings. It's not like it's badly animated or anything. It's just, it's not something I like. I never have. Rugrats have done this. I think Arthur did this. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any others, but pretty much most children's animated TV shows that have a decent length will do this at one point. And I have to say, Picture This may have benefits for younger viewers, but it's not one for me.